Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I will be showing you how to make a cute teacher's tumbler. It's called the Crayon Box. It's a three-way split. One side looks like a crayon and the other side kind of looks like the box, hence the name, the Crayon Box. But let's get to it. So first I need to figure out the center of the cup. I basically trace the bottom of the cup, cut out the circle, and fold it in half. I then mark where the center is going to be by the folded crease of that little template that we made. I then get my architectural ruler and I make lines on both sides of the tumbler. You will then grab your tape and place the tape right along those lines that you just created. Now that we have that part down, we can now work on the third split. In order to make sure we are doing it on the correct side, look at the tumbler and determine what side looks bigger. We will then grab a piece of tape and place it on the tumbler at a slant, going from down to up, making sure that it touches both pieces of tape on the sides. Now that the sections are all marked, we can go ahead and get to painting and glittering. I will start with the top part. I will be using Colorflex from Artistry in the color Banana Cream. So Colorflex is a 3-in-1. It is actually a paint, a primer, and an adhesive. And I absolutely love it, and it really works out for people who don't base coat their tumblers white. And so it's kind of it's a little tip, a little trick, if you will. And for my glitter color, I'm using Sunflower from Sass & Crafts. And hint, hint, wink, wink, if you go to the description, there may or may not be a discount code so you can save some money. But anyways, back to the video. I do 2 coats of banana cream, and while that second coat is still wet, that is when I add my glitter. So that's just a little tip that I always do. Always doing 2 coats actually really helps with the opaqueness of it. And look at that while I just pour that glitter on that tumbler. Anyways, so yeah, that is how I do that second part. And then you're gonna see me go ahead and knock all that excess glitter off. I am now gonna go ahead and pull off that tape that we did at a slant, so we can go ahead and work on that bottom part, that bottom portion. I am going to go ahead and be using Bling from Sass & Crafts. This time to apply it, I'm just going to be adding Mod Podge, just because the stainless steel tumbler is already silver and we're using a silver glitter. Just save yourself some, just use plain Mod Podge. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Mod Podge, make sure that there's no streaks or anything like that, and just go ahead and apply that glitter. You see me, I'm just kind of just applying it. And then I'm going to, tap all the excess off, and then I'm going to wait for it to dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and put on a second coat of Mod Podge. And this time, this is where I'm going to be using the chunky. And the way I applied my chunky, guys, is I just apply it right over that fine glitter. That's just how I do things. I know some people like to do Mod Podge and then chunky, and then they fill it in with a fine glitter. I kind of just do the opposite. You do what works for you, and I'll do what works for me. This is just how I do it. So yeah, everybody has their own ways. But anyway, so there you go, just applying again all that Mod Podge. And then once I have the whole bottom part coated, I'm going to then sprinkle on the chunky. And how I get my chunky to lay flat is I basically just use my good old finger and I just pat it down. You're gonna see me do it here in a little bit, but first off, let's look at that color. It is so pretty. This color is called Sugar Rush, and this one is from SAS as well. It is really beautiful. It has stars, moons, hearts. It's just a really cute, unique custom blend that SAS offers. But anyways, so here you see I'm going ahead and knocking off all the excess, and I go ahead and start patting it ever so lightly all around to make sure it lays flat. But this color is just gorgeous, guys. I can't get over it. Anyway, so now you're gonna see me go ahead and use my fan brush and just go ahead and brush off everything that just did not lay flat or still all the excess. And there you go. That is how we do our chunky. Now on to the second half. So now you see I'm going to go ahead and use a pink paint. It's basically the same process that we did for the banana cream. This pink paint though is not from Artistry. It's not a Colorflex color. It's just I think it's just apple barrel paint that I put into a squeeze bottle that I mixed in with some primer that I have here. I believe it is called Kills, and I just have it mixed in there. I don't have an adhesive in there, but this is just what I do. I do want to get all the Colorflex colors eventually, so but in the meantime I will just be using this acrylic paint. Anyway, so I'm going to do, like I said, repeat the same process that I did for the yellow. I do the 2 coats because it just gives it a very good opaqueness. And here I am going with my second coat because that first coat is dry. In between frames, guys, I just use my heat gun to go ahead and just keep moving with the process. So again, I am applying the second coat. While the second coat is still wet, I am going to go ahead and apply my glitter. And I will be using a pink glitter from SAS as well. It's a clearance color. I'm so sad that this color does not exist anymore at SAS. But yeah, so here I am. You'll see, just making sure it's all even and coated nicely. Yay, now that it's all painted and it's all looking good, I can now get my glitter and pour it right on there. And look how pretty this color is, guys. I'm telling you, I'm so sad that this is not on her roster. Like, it did not make it. Let's go start a petition. We need back clearance, this clearance color. Alright, now that I topped off all the excess, now we gotta glitter that butt. Do not forget that butt, guys. Always glitter your butts. Alright, so now that everything is pretty much glittered, but both sides and all, I'm gonna go ahead and wait for that all to dry. And then you need to seal your glitter. Sealing your glitter is very, very important. I do not know how to stress that enough. And how I seal my glitters is I just use polyacrylic. It's the same thing as Quick Coat. Quick Coat is an amazing product though, guys. Not knocking Quick Coat at all. I love it. I use it as well. But I just use this I just use this polyacrylic just to seal it up really fast. And I just apply it with a paintbrush. I just go on and just paint it all on there. And I do it section by section just so I don't contaminate my colors. And this is what I'm going to do. So now you're just going to watch me just polyacrylic this whole tumbler all around. Alright, now that that whole thing is all sealed with polyacrylic, we're going to go ahead and wait for that to dry for about an hour to two, and then we're going to epoxy it. And here we go, fast timing and all. It is all epoxied, and so now I'm going to give it a good little sanding and wipe it down with alcohol and a coffee filter. Just because paper towels kind of leaves fibers, and so I just use a coffee filter to help me wipe it up. Right here, I'm going to be applying my logo bottom. I do sell these and I do make them. They are available on my website, and that will be linked in the description down below as well. This one I love because it's the iridescent one. It's really pretty. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my stripings. So this one is kind of it's a polished metal green. I get it from my local vinyl store. So my strips are cut 0.20 in height and 11 inches wide, just in my Cricut design space. And then, so I use the thicker, when it cuts out, you'll see that there's thicker lines, which is the 0.20. And then in between those lines, there's like these little thin lines. And I basically will use those for the two accent lines after the splits, which you'll see me apply them on both sides of the tumbler to kind of separate that pink from the yellow and the colorful color. And then I also put that same width line to separate the sugar rush from the sunflower color as well. See, so here you go. Now you see me go in with those two little accent lines to put on top of that green line for that third split. Okay, so now you see that I went ahead and placed my decal that I want to put on there. I placed on there just to see how high I can put that second line, that accent line on there. And so I just wanted to see how high or how low it was going to be. So now that I have that lines on there, I'm going to go ahead and just apply my decals. That color outside the lines decal, I actually got that off of Etsy, and I can go ahead and link that on here as well. And then even for the crown part, I believe I got all that off of Etsy. Um, so I will link those on there as well. And for the fonts that I used, they were part of the KG series from DaFont. Um, or if you have Creative Fabrica too, guys, you can totally download a font from there. They have so many different beautiful, cute fonts that I actually got a subscription because your girl loves cute fonts. Alrighty, now on to the last side. So now we're here to apply those squiggly lines. And as you see, I got my Sharpie and I just use like a little prop that I have here. I think it's like my little sanding pad that's like really, really thin. I put that down on there, get my Sharpie, place it on there, and then y'all saw me just rotate the tumbler on there. That just gives me a straight line, guys, to go ahead and like abide by, or like kind of like my follow guide, I guess you shall say. And I just use that, and I just kind of like use that as a guide to place those lines on there super, super straight. Which I love this little tip that I do. This little, not really tip, a trick. This little trick that I do. And then I go ahead and just get my, I get like, that's like my little epoxy stir stick. I get that to kind of like, what is it called? Emboss those lines up against there, and then get my X-Acto and cut them off. So that is just what I'm doing here. And then after I place those lines, I just kind of get an alcohol on some paper towels, and I just wipe off, wipe the Sharpie off of there, and it'll come off with no problem. And here I go again, repeating this process for the other side. Yay, the last step, guys. This is the last decal. So here I am just applying the teacher's name. And for this part, I kind of stand up. I like standing up when I'm trying to center decals on cups. I feel like my mom gave birth with me with my head on crooked. Who else is with me? Who feels that way? Anyways, so over here just trying to figure out the center of this tumbler. And then I'm going to apply that decal. And how I apply it is I kind of put it down the middle first. You know, I put pressure down the middle, and then you work your way out. That's like the best way on how to like prevent bubbles and all that good stuff. So you see me, I did from the middle, and then I work my way out, and then vice versa. And there you go, guys. And then I slowly pull that transfer tape off, and there you have it. It is done. Look how cute she is. Oh, wait, totally just kidding. I forgot we had to add pink on there. Hello, what's a crayon without its label? So here you go. I'm just gonna put it right there below in the little corner, below the teacher's name, right there. Look at that. Ugh, the details, I tell you. Anyways, so there you go. Your tumbler is ready for its last and final coat, guys. Well, actually, probably 2 more coats. Usually like to put like 2 or 3 coats of epoxy. But there you go, guys. Thank y'all for watching my tutorial.